まっとうなリアクションが新鮮。
起こす連中、鬼メンタルばっかだったかな。
That's true. That is true. Do you see were just like, haha, François, where you be? Sukasa was like, what's the situation? Hi everyone, my name is Mimi and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be reacting to Dr. Stone Season 4, Episode 16, Medusa Mechanism. Last episode, they made the bikes. Stanley caught up to them. They started playing with the bikes. Stanley started shooting. He shot at Hyoga and Tsukasa. He hurt them. And then you had Zeno using his eyelids, his eyes, to send a Morse code to Stanley. I'm assuming that code is the location of where our team is headed, you know, the location of the beam where it came from. I'm assuming that's what he sent to him, told him, or whatever, but I guess we'll see. So before we get into this episode, if you guys like my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/feelmini. And now let's start this episode, and here we go. Okay guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comment in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review. Yeah, sugar, water, I think he said. What is that? Oh, so that's why the title of the episode is Medusa Mechanism. Trying to figure out how it works. How are they gonna do that? What kind of, do they have any scientific person there? Because Chrome is over here with us, so I guess we'll see. She said, we said. Oh, she said, he said, or she said, we said. Either way. They're looking for it. Yep. How long can you hold your breath underwater? Out it. Yep. Oh.
このメデューサの仕組みさえ調べときゃ、いざって時の医者代わり、ドクターストーンになるかもしんないんだよ。反対する理由がね。
But
このタイミングで急にってのがどうにも気なくせってのは考えすぎか。そうか。彼らは爆心地で地球丸ごと包んだ元祖メデューサをゲットする。
If you can figure out how it works.
戦闘機やマシンガンに対抗し、スタンリーを倒す手があるとすれば、現状メデューサしかなかろう。
リモートワークで現物ゴリッとこじ開けて、石化装置様のメカニズム大解剖しとかねえとな。
ああ、構わねえよ。ただし物を管理するのは俺たちだ。装置いじんのは監視のもと。
スタンリーさんの銃でひびは入ってるんだけど。精密機器の技術の仕事じゃないのかい。こういうのはさ。精密機器とかいくらでもあるはあるけど。
それだ、そこだ。覚えてるわけない。
He's turning blue, Nikki.
誰でも知ってる。知らねえ。時計など出たら基本すべて欲しい。
Of course you do.
この世界での道順などわからんぞ。
任せて。ざっくり教えてよ。
この地図をユジリハたちのコーンシティに送信すればいい。
How you gonna do that?
送信？
ファックス作るか。
ファックス？
通信で絵を送れるやつだぞ。
What is that?
交換紙？まさか。やっ 右上から一マスずつ全部白か黒かモールス信号で送る。
ガムサの先生が近いやり方で海外からリモートで漫画描いてましたね。
できるもんなんだ、そういうの実際。
How long did it take to do this?
ロデックスの CEO には石化する前に一度取材してるの。顔なら覚えてる。
She?
ああ、だったらぴったりの人材がいるわ。うちのエース。
Oh, so this is the dude that was in the intro that I'm like, we haven't seen him before. Oh, we haven't not seen him yet. Okay.
俺なんで服はなんだこれ。
まっとうなリアクションが新鮮。
起こす連中鬼メンタルばっかだったかな。
That's true. That is true. Ryushu were just like, haha, François, where you be? Sukasa was like, what's the situation?
聞いてんのかよ、青二歳。
青二歳？人に物を頼む呼び名じゃねえな。俺にはジョエルって名前が。
Joel. Oh my gosh. All these people. And their temperament.
これがその装置、ひびだけ入ってるんだけど。
仕事一筋すぎて女子に免疫ゼロのあれか。
まさか作ったの？ハンドメイド？
すげえな。ここついて速攻自分でかよ。勝手に使わせてもらったぜ。工具や制度素手よりマシだぜ。男にはめっちゃクールだな。これは21世紀の俺らの知ってる科学じゃねえな。集中させてくれ。未反応は勝手だが一言でも話しかけたやつは殺す。
Okay.
回路全体がガラス。鉱
Mm.
物かこれは。これは
Is that the power source?
周り中つながってるコアの部品がダイヤモンド。
Ah.
一度外して付け直せばひょっとして
音声で入力すれば発動するはずさ。くれぐれも一人で試すんじゃないよ。
Is he gonna try it on his own?
ワンセカンド。
Why would you? Well, they do have the revival fluid, so.
うまいこと最後の人あがきみたいな。
かもな。おい待てよ。プロとして受けた仕事だ。限界まで調べさせてもらうぜ。2秒前まで女子にもじもじしてたやつがいちいちかっけえな。男相手だと。
I like his persona, man.
山越えドンぶちかまさ
ここは鉄道になるぞ。
どう見ても迂回は不可能だな。どうあってもここを越えねばならないというわけか。
Oh boy. What's so oh, that's so funny.
敵化の爆心地まで特攻だ。
石化武器ゲット&起動が私た
ただ残された時間は少ないですよ。
How are your
君
injuries?
たちも飛行機の修理を終える頃です。
Look at his face.
どこまで行けばあるんだ。そのバリアの森は。わかんないんだ。
大丈夫。マジここが天王山だし。
なんでわかんだよんなこと。この辺だって数千年で砂漠になってんじゃねえか。
旧世界よりめっちゃ多くなかった？
確かに。そのせいで私たちと千空くんも
Aw, flashback.
地球裏側がよ。
簡単だし。全人類石化。そうすると地球温暖化収まって。
確かに赤道付近の海水が冷たかったな。ラニーニャ現象。
La Niña? What?
端的に言うと、南米で海水が冷えると地球裏側の日本で雪が降る。おお、それならわかったぞ。なんか地 球丸ごと
Yeah, everything's connected.
科学でよ。
玉越えたら別世界アマゾン密林広がりまくりじゃんってわけで例えばルーナって体重何キロ
ぶっこみチェルシーちゃん。
何がぶっ込みなの90ポンドくらい
さすがお嬢。スタイルも。いやそれは出すぎるだろう。
重量を揃えないと重い組が登れなくなるな。
バイクの組み分け
飛ばせるな。夜の向こう側へ。
わかったルーナはセンクが気になるメンズなんだ恋バナじゃん最高ぶっ込みチェルシーようなことじゃないんだけどもうお付き合いしてるのクールで大人な恋の関係ってやつ
Right.
あれはペルセウスの M 室で話した時ね
ああ、政略結婚的なやつか。私の勢力図は知らねえが、一人二人でも味方にできんなら終わりがてえ。やるじゃねえか、ルーナてめえ。
Oh, poor girl.
それ付き合ってないよ多分ぶっ込みチェルシー
しゃ、できたぞ。
それは
復活直後に俺の身長センチのマスを作りゃ、そいつを満たす水がジャスト1キロ。
Did he just create? Of course he did. That's probably easier than a whole lot of stuff that they were doing. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to all the. But all the Americas are on the same. All the Americas, like Zeno is on the same bike as those two from America. Oh, my science buddies are together.
立ち止まって悩んでる暇もなさそうだよ。そろそろスタンリーたちが直した飛行機で攻めてくる。
できねえしできてもその後死ぬだろうがよ。
いや、全部運ぶ。
How you gonna do that?
よし、飛べんぜ、もう。飛行機に対抗すんのは科学の立体起動装置。
Three-dimensional vehicle of science?
ロープウェイ。これ
今から作るの？ここで？
Sometimes I wonder, man. Like, I get that they need to create stuff and do stuff and or whatever, but I'm like, I'm just. I guess I feel like the time it would take for you to be creating those things, Stanley should have caught up with you already, you know? So it's like, I guess it's. I just have to suspend my belief or disbelief, whatever. But okay, you're gonna make a roadway to come over the mountains. And then you have Stanley coming after him. I was like, oh, okay. Now, the crux of this episode is basically them trying to figure out how the Medusa worked. And in order to do that, they had to revive Joel. Right? I like him. I like his dual personality. The way he is when it comes to the boys and then when he comes to the girls. It's so funny. I love his persona when it comes to boys. He's so like cocky and whatever, especially. And I also love that all these people that they revive, that are special in a particular way. Like the speciality is in a particular stuff. You know, you have Chelsea, that's geography. You have Rusui, that's the navigator. You know, knows all about ships and stuff. You have Senku that knows all the science, and then you have this Joel that is like engineering, watchmaker, like so. You know, the pride that they take in their speciality is really fun to see. So when they introduced the Medusa to him, and he's just like, he sees all the intricate stuff, and he's like, you can watch me if you want, but do not talk to me. I need to concentrate, you know. And he did, and he was watching all these things, and he's like, he said this is made of glass, and then he like brought up diamond, like the source of the, I guess the power source or whatever, the control center of the Medusa is made of diamond, I believe, you know. And then he's like, wait, if I take it out and then put it back in, he's like, I feel like it's gonna work. And then he did. And before he did that, Nikki told him, okay, this is how you activate the stuff. If you figure out how to make it work, do not, you know, try it. But of course he's gonna try it. When you tell someone not to do something, that's the more incentive that they'll do it, you know. And with them having the revival fluid, it's not like he's in any danger or anything. So he did it. It's like 1 meter, 1 second though. He turned into stone, and then they revived him again. So he got it to work. But it seems like it was sort of like a one-time thing, if I understand correctly. But he's like, I don't care about that. I'm still gonna figure out how this thing works. And then he took it, and he's gonna keep working on it. And the reason why they're trying to understand how the Medusa worked is because once Senku and the others get to the location that they're going to, it's gonna be a way for, because there's gonna be the device there, the Medusa, a version of the Medusa there that they're gonna, if they figure out how to make it work, they're gonna be able to use it to sort of like fight against Stanley and his guns and his ships and all of that. So that's why they want it to work. And they sent a message to the Perseus, the people that were left in Corn City, to try to get the thing to work. And Nikki approached what's his name again? Brody, about doing that, and she presented it as some kind of device. You know, if they're reviving people, some of them are going to be hurt, and we've seen that with the Medusa and with stoning people, it's a way to heal people as well. So she put it like that to Brody, but Brody's like, I understand what you're internally, of course, I understand what you're saying, but I feel like the timing of this is suspect. He still said yes, but he's like, but we're gonna keep it with us, and we're gonna keep a close eye on you when you're tinkering with it and all of that. So either way, they're still working on trying to figure out how it works. So once they do, how the heck is this thing gonna end? I don't know. I can't remember. Well, I can't remember. I don't know how it would end. Like with all of them converging onto that location, and I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. What else happened this episode? Once they got to the mountains, they're like, okay, we need to figure out how to distribute the weight at the bikes, how to distribute the weight among all ourselves, who is gonna be on each bike in order to make it easier for us to cross the mountains. And Senku created a scale for them to do that, and then they did, and then they were able to separate people how they needed to be separated, I guess. And during that, while they were talking about the weight stuff, they also showed us sort of like the what happened when what's her name again? Luna. When Luna asked Senku to be her boyfriend and whatever. And Senku was like, oh, so it's some kind of political marriage. I knew this I knew the way that Luna was taking it is not the way Senku is taking it. He's not taking it seriously, like, okay, we're boyfriend, girlfriend. It's just like a way for him to, get Luna and his people on his side. So it's like, sure, whatever, let's do this. And yeah, the fax machine. Poor Yuzuriha. Oh, Chelsea just like made the map where, in order to find Joel, they made a map of where some kind of watchmaker that Yusuri knows about company is supposed to be or whatever. And they made the map. She made the map, right? And then Taiju is like, okay, now we need to upload it. And I'm like, upload? How are you supposed to do that? Senku shows up, it's like fax machine. And then he draws some things. And then he just like, okay, we're gonna Morse code this to like I'm like, what the heck? I feel like it took them the whole day or something. And poor again was the one doing it. Oh, so funny. And after they were done, they were all like exhausted. Oh yeah. See, this is what I'm saying. Well, I guess you can't really. I'm about to say, like, you had Stanley trying to repair the plane over there, and then you have them doing the Morse code thing over here. So it's like the time, Let's just assume that the time, they have all the time in the world to do that thing before Stanley catch up, because it's like each time I think about it, I'm like, do you really have the time? But I guess they do. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Stanley has flown the coop, is flying after them, and they're gonna make the rope way or whatever to try to climb over the mountain. Hopefully they do that, because they're like, okay, once we get over the mountains, then we're gonna be basically be hidden by the trees, so that Stanley cannot do anything to them from the air. So hopefully they get to climb over the mountains before Stanley gets to them. So thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, the link is going to be in the pinned comments, so you can just click on it and you can watch it right now. And you can also catch up with all my previous Dr. Stone reactions. There's a playlist in the comments as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Quinn, don't touch it, we'll love it.